Welcome back to Game Changers. Our first guest can make anyone in the world a world-class shortcaster through putting their content on Amazon or Google smart speakers. Joining us now is Armel, Beaudry, Kembe from the Treble FM. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're really excited. So tell us more about Treble FM and what's the difference between that and the SoundCloud?
That's a good intro. So basically what Treble FM is, it's a platform that makes it easy for pretty much anybody with no technical experience to be able to record, share, and listen to short form audio content on smart speaker like the Amazon Echo or the Google Home. The way the platform is actually super easy. If you ever use like Twitter or Facebook, you're good to go. That's all you need. You take your phone or your laptop, you sign up for the platform. You can decide, you can say maybe you want to create a station about music or fashion. You want to talk about fashion, go to the platform, you go say you want to create an account. You give the name of your station, it could be like, I don't know, Fashionista, something. You give a description. The minute you push the button to say, yes, I'm ready, you can start recording content right from the platform. Nice. So you have 1 or 2 minutes that you can record content, you publish it, and it's instantly available on any smart speaker like the Amazon Echo or the Google Home.
Armel, when I think about the industry as a whole, when it comes to podcasting, I mean, it's all the rage right now, but discoverability still seems to be a very big issue. When you think about content creators on your platform, Treble FM, what is the discoverability process like for potential listeners?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So right now, actually, it's a good thing that you pointed out. It's actually very difficult, especially in the podcasting space right now, to actually discover content. And one thing that we're doing specifically with Treble is to actually make it easy for people to find that content.
Right.
So we actually create like some kind of Netflix-like experience where people can easily browse through the content. So let's say you're interested about sports, you just say, hey, I'm interested in sports. You can speak English, you can actually speak Spanish. For example, I speak French, you say, hey, I'll listen to French, and then we allow you to find people that talk about that content. You see what's something you like, you click subscribe, just like you would do on YouTube, and boom, voila, you go to your smart speaker, you say, hey Alexa or hey Google, ask your to play my news, and you get your news there. So we also make it, just like you're trying to point out about the issue of the discovery, we really try to make it easy for people to find the right content for them.
All right.
Nice. So that's really interesting. So I'm curious, how'd you even come up with the idea? Did you notice a gap in the industry?
Yeah, so it's actually a long story, but I'll try to make it short. I actually was working before on a music sharing platform. So I'm actually based in Canada, and someone reached out from Florida and they say, hey, I love what you guys are doing, but have you guys thought of making this thing available on Amazon Echo? And at the time, it actually wasn't available in Canada. So I started looking into it, and I was like, wow, like this is a new thing. But what I thought was really interesting was the fact that there was a lot of people trying to actually get in that space, but they had difficulties sharing the content, creating that content. But it turns out I kind of always have that thing built, so kind of repurpose it for this new ecosystem. And the more I started learning about the ecosystem, I saw there was a bigger market there. It's a totally new industry, and there's a lot of things to accomplish there. So and I think Treble is well positioned to actually go there and really make this thing happen.
Are shortcasts the future?
It is
not the long form podcast. I mean, I can't really listen to long form podcasts unless I have an hour or two, because I like to binge everything in my life. So I need ample time. But shortcasts, 2 minutes or less, that's the way of the future.
That is the future. I think, and the reality is, especially in the millennial generation, people have less and less more attention. So a lot of people, I mean, there seems to be more people seeing podcasts the way to go, but we can see from the numbers, especially now, that more people want shorter content. So shortcast is the way to go, because the great thing about shortcasting is that it allows people to be able to get a bird's eye overview of the content in a short amount of time. So usually a podcast will be like 20, 30 minutes, an hour. But if you have the same 30 minutes, with a shortcast, you can get to a bunch of content. You catch up on the news, your sports, your entertainment, your friends. Let's say you love makeup, you can catch up on all those things in the same amount of time. So that's really where everything's going on.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. So I read online you have this capsules function. What's that all about?
Yeah, so for people that don't know, so the way it works on Treble, so we talk about this concept of shortcasting and the 1 to 2 minute. The way it works is that you have this thing called capsules. The capsule, the best way I can explain it is like the audio version of a tweet. So when you go on Treble, you can record those capsules, which are basically like the 1 to 2 minute content that people get to listen to. And when people go on their smart speakers, they can go and say, hey, I'll ask Treble to play my news, and they'll listen to those capsules.
Awesome. Well, I feel like I'm already an expert shortcaster, so thank you so much for joining us today. This is Armel Beaudry Kembe, the CEO of Treble FM. Thanks, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Of course, we'll check you out to the north in Toronto sometime.
There you go.
OVO first.
Coming up, bootstrapping your business and how to grow into the ultimate glow up. Stick right here. You're watching Culture Bank's Game Changers.